Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boy, Keeper, here in the house on a Monday, fun day. And we've got a special guest in the house. He's been on a number of times before. We're going to continue to have him on because I think he brings the heat as we dive into some alts today. You know what time it is. It's Magic Money Monday, and we've got your boy, Bill Noble, in the house. Bill, how are you, good sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Dude, super excited to have you on. As always, if you guys are not following Mr. Bill Noble, he's got his own channel now, so make sure to check him out. His YouTube link, actually, we have all of his links down below the video. Do your thing. Make sure to give him a follow. Follow him on Twitter. Obviously, follow him on YouTube. He's no longer with Token Metrics. So, yeah, he's doing his thing. What was your weekend like, Bill? You said you got some rest. Did you literally physically kind of try and do nothing this weekend on purpose or what?
Yeah, I shut it off.
Okay.
You know, I had a TikTok that did well, and I let it run, and I had to just leave it alone. You know, sometimes when you got to produce a lot of content as a chart guy, you want to make sure you stay fresh, and sometimes doing nothing is the best way to do it.
Yeah. No, I like it. I think I saw the TikTok that you had that was running as well. TikTok's a fun one. It can be, the weird thing with TikTok is that some of the videos that I've done that I'm like, that's a banger, that's going to go, do nothing. Right. And then I'll have some crap video that absolutely rips and gets millions of views. It's like, how silly is this? And I actually, little side note, heard, and I've got this on pretty good authority, that they do a thing called heating for these videos. Have you heard about this? YouTube does it too.
No.
All right. So basically, and this has been verified, TikTok has people that they call heaters, and they are browsing through. So we thought that it was just the algorithm that was basically viewing, okay, how long are they watching this? How many people are sharing this? How many impressions does it get? All of the metrics. Okay. Right. While that is true, they have people that work for them that actively pick certain content to push, to heat, to push out to more people. So now we're talking about there's a big problem with this for a number of reasons. One of which is because some of the employees got caught heating their own videos, right? So that definitely happened, and I can see that happening. And then with marketing, basically some of these marketing dollars were pouring in to some of these larger influencers. They had a deal with the heaters, and voila, now the heater is the one making the money, not even the influencer on a, on some sort of level, because they're able to guarantee the numbers. And so YouTube does this as well. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that, but they are able to, I'll just leave it at, they are able to, and effectively have been caught picking and choosing who sees what. I don't love, actually, I hate everything about it. I think that the people should decide what happens and where things should go and who should be popular and who shouldn't. But welcome to the good old I would say USA, but welcome to the world, because the world no longer wants you to be able to think for yourself. And that's why we say question everything, trust nothing, because some of the things that you see are not so face value. But I will tell you what you do get face value with. Danger Close Alpha. Check it out, dangerclosealpha.com. We're still minting right now. Check that out. We got bullets, beans, and bourbon. The prepper gear is popping off. We've got a big thing coming up in May. There's over 100 different classes. Crusader and I are teaching a crypto NFT prepper class at that event. Super excited for that. Bill, we're going to have to get you out for that, by the way. I'm going to make sure that you have one of the in real life, they're all real, but one of the in real life bug out bags that you can come out. I know you'd like to check it out, so we'll definitely have to.
I would love that.
Remind me to make that a reality for you. You're always on here. We appreciate you. Let me say hi to the chat real quick. Let's see who we got up in the house today. We got unforgettable name, as always, Kenton. Heads up, Kenton. I've got something coming at you. We need to chat in the Discord. We've got something that we want to talk about with the platoon sergeants. So, Kenton, you are on my radar right now. Not So Pro Marco. Oh, that's it. I think that's a new one. Not So Pro Marco. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Secret Soul Society in the house. Let's see who else is in here. Mr. Evan Chick. What is going on, Ivan? And Anna Mina Gachinya in the house, and Burmax. So welcome, everybody. Hopefully everybody is doing well. It's Monday. It looks like crap here. I don't know. What's the weather like in Bill Noble land?
Oh, my God. So I'm in Austin, Texas, and once or twice a year we do this freezing rain ice storm thing where it essentially rains and then goes to 20.
Yeah.
Everything freezes. Everybody still thinks that they can drive their giant pickup truck because they saw it on the commercial, and then pipes burst, and it's just winter in the South is not like winter in the North. Winter in the North is like
we're used to it, right? We're used to it. So
yeah.
Austin, Texas is not supposed to be getting ice. I think Texas was where, was it last year, the year before, people who weren't prepared, who weren't doing anything, had issues. People died because of lack of heat.
Dude, issues. People were walking around on the street trying to find sticks to either burn or eat.
I'm going to tell you, that's freaking wild. That's wild. Good friend of mine in the chat, Anna, shout out to you. We were talking, going to be down in Brazil soon, and going to be down there with her and some other people. She's been helping me with my Portuguese. She asked me, and it kind of caught me off guard. She's like, "Wait a minute, it's that cold outside? Why do you not have on a jacket inside?" Effectively, she didn't say that, but she was basically asking, like, "Why isn't it cold inside?" And I'm like, "Hell no! Like, what do you mean? It's heated." And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, "Wait a minute, they don't have central heat down in Brazil. They have no need for it, right? It doesn't get cold." So effectively, for those of you that don't know, in Texas, kind of same thing. These houses were not ready. Now, they did actually have heat, but the electric went down. People were not prepared. They're not prepared, being a Texan, for cold weather. This is just one example of many of where just having some sort of a game plan for something unforeseen is a really good idea. It actually could save your life. So just throwing it out there. Dr. Pancake, good afternoon. Tiger Man and Jason Mack, word up, word to your mother, my brother. Let's check out the markets. We'll start there. And then, Bill, you're going to hit us with some alpha today. Not danger close alpha. We can hit us with that too. You're going to hit us with some altcoin alpha. Let's check out the markets. We've got the global market cap at 1.05 trillion with the T dollars. That's up 2.54%. Bitcoin's at 22,807, flirting with that 23 number, but down 4.34%. Maybe this is the cool off period that we had talked about last week. I don't know. ETH down about 5.85%. You already know how this goes, folks. If you've been paying attention to crypto for any amount of time, you know Bitcoin down, market down. Bitcoin down, market, altcoins down further. That is effectively what you see as we scroll down through. Thankfully, not the case with our stable coins. We want to see those stay put, stay at that dollar price point if at all possible. Cardano down 6%. We're going to talk about Cardano today. That's definitely one on the radar at 37 cents. That just may be a steal. And then Dogecoin and Matic rounding out the top 10. Matic is down almost 8%. However, still up 9.56%. And I think, Bill, we're going to get into this, but I think you called maybe what happened with Polygon Matic. That is why people should be paying attention to what you're doing, brother. All right, cool. Let's dive into it. Altcoins. So
Okay,
market's
altcoins.
down. Market's down. You're looking at, I want to kind of ask you a generalized question first.
Okay.
So market's down, Bill. You're big into altcoins. You're paying attention. You're saying, okay, I'm looking for whether it's a trade, whether it's a long-term hold, whatever the case may be. Is there anything in particular fundamentally that you look for in altcoins that maybe is different than Bitcoin? Because you know what you get with Bitcoin, right? The decentralization, the market cap is absolutely massive. You know that most likely it's not going to be considered has already been declared not a security. So you kind of know what you get. What is it with alts that maybe you look at that would be different than looking at Bitcoin, for example?
I think you should look at altcoins like tech stocks.
Okay. Talk to me.
In other words, a tech stock would be like, okay, how about Oracle? Give me a faster computer network that you could run an entire company on. That's one example.
Okay.
Then there's the consumer product side, right? Like the no-brainer is Apple. I'm not going to carry a BlackBerry and an iPod for music. I'm going to carry one device, something that, solves multiple problems. Like, okay, don't laugh. Maybe it's the Solana phone would be the next one. Okay.
Okay. Doesn't need a battery because it's down half the time. It just stays charged because it's never up.
That's right. So there's that aspect, and then there is the good old fashioned, you know, if you have the right environment, something that's exciting and could maybe change everything, right? Like, in other words, an alternate universe of possibilities that used to be Tesla and the battery powered car, which is now commonplace. I might argue Apecoin, metaverse might be at play. And then there's this idea of payment networks and things like QNT. And don't forget, nobody has ever talked about healthcare on the blockchain, which I believe is something that Cardano people care about.
Yeah.
So,
what I hear you saying, Bill, is utility. I hear you saying this has a use case. Therefore, this is something that I would look into. And I've been talking about this a lot lately, and I'm hoping that people are paying attention. I believe that this next run will be utilitarian. It will be, people are going to be going after assets that actually freaking do something. Enough of this fugazi with these pump coins, with these meme coins, with these things that do absolutely nothing. Where there'll still be people that gamble and play games with them. Yes. Will there still be pumping ups? Yes. Will crypto still feel like a casino at times? Yes. I don't think that you're going to take that out of the mix yet, but I do believe that people are starting to recognize, hey, wait a minute. Crypto has a real world utility that can change the outlook of our current, everyday life. So how do I tap into that in a way that makes sense to me and I can make some money? It's part of the reason why, just as an example, I'm in Audius pretty heavy. I love music. I like decentralization. I like the artists getting money. Therefore, that has utility to me. I think it makes sense, and I think people can do well with it. Boom. That's something I'm in. So let's take a look, Bill. What do you got popping off in here? What are we going to look at first? We're going to look at OP. I don't even know what OP is. Optimism?
Yes. Optimism, as I understand it, it helps make Ethereum work better.
Okay.
Right. It's like Matic in a way, but it's got some unique properties. So this is like the whole tech stock thing. Now, obviously, the market's telling you something when it goes from 89 cents to $2.50.
Yep.
So bull markets, bear markets don't let you out. Bull markets don't let you in, which is what happened with Optimism. It obviously outperformed the market. Now, my message on things that outperform is that nothing outperforms forever. So once everyone gets kind of trapped at the top, this is a diamond formation. When you have diamonds, you move the distance between, the center point from the point of the breakdown, and you can do so violently. So if people got caught FOMOing into Optimism, because Optimism will probably outperform all the way out until September, but they got trapped up here. And then they're going to get washed out probably to $1.71, which is the diamond target, and 50%. And just remember, you're looking at the screen today and everyone's going, oh my God. Oh my God, in a bull market means you either grab it now, not investment advice, or you grab it within the next week. The more oh my God you get, the scarier it looks, or the more it reminds you of the bear market, the better of an opportunity it is. You're going to have to buy stuff when it looks horrible.
Yeah.
If you want to participate in a bull market. This was this way in equities in 2009, and I think it's going to be that way in crypto.
Yeah. There's definitely a reason why certain people have done so well that got in early. It's not just that they got in early on any random asset. They got in early on something that was that they knew was going to, or believed that was going to stick around, that was, again, solving problems. So my question, Bill, is what problems does Optimism solve?
Well, I want to say Optimism solves a problem of like Ethereum scalability.
Okay.
In other words, okay, first it was ETH, and then everyone was like, oh, I'm an ETH maximalist. And then it was Solana, Avalanche, Phantom, and Near. And then it went all the way in the other direction. People were like, oh my God, ETH, that's a boomer coin. I'm only onboarding through crypto, through Solana.
Right.
Okay. The reason Solana, Avalanche, and all these other coins existed is because, ETH wasn't scalable enough, or it wasn't fast enough, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. If Optimism helps make ETH stronger, and ETH is the currency of culture, then that's why Optimism went from 20 cents to $2.
Yeah.
Or 80 cents to $2.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense for sure. So what, let me see here. I'm going to pull this back up for you. So Quant is one of those that we hear, and actually I'm going to pull myself up here. Quant is one of these assets that it's in software as a service. SaaS is a lot of times what it is called. Bill, I guess I'll ask you to briefly just explain what software as a service is, but I just want to touch on something real quick. Quant has been an asset that you've heard a lot of people talk about. You've heard a lot of people talk about it on TikTok. You've heard people talk about it on YouTube. You've heard people talk about Quant. Now, I do want to say Quant has one thing that a lot of other projects don't, or that they don't take advantage of when things are down, and that's a marketing budget. I believe last I checked, this was maybe a month ago or so, Quant had budgeted like $50,000 a month into marketing. Now, for many of you, if you're not, well, for everybody, in case you're not aware, marketing works. It definitely works in crypto. It definitely works in NFTs, and it works in every other thing on planet Earth. And so when you have 50 grand a month that you're spending on letting people know you exist, and you do that little thing, like I said, called problem solving in a new and improving and evolving space like crypto, now we're talking. So talk to me, Bill. Quant's been a popular one. The marketing dollars are there. Okay, great. But tell me what is software as a service and for the newcomer, let's say in the chat, and why should people care?
Software as a service is like, we build the infrastructure so you don't have to. Like, for example, if party A wants to pay party B, or if country A wants to move a CBDC to another country and have that be on a network with other countries. So if like several countries wanted to build a network for their CBDCs to move around, somebody like QNT comes along and goes, oh, well, we'll provide the blockchain and the software so that you can take your CBDC instead of creating your blockchain and figuring out how to connect it to everyone else's. We'll do it for you. We'll build the network.
Okay.
And, you know, you either pay us for the service, which is how it works with, like, say, Oracle or Microsoft in the legacy world.
Okay.
With QNT, they're trying to develop payment plumbing like XRP.
Yeah.
Right. So payment plumbing is going to matter, right? If you look at the QNT chart, right, the marketing dollars paid off, as you said.
Yeah.
Right. This thing was up only off the bottom. Right. So it started at 102 and it went to 160. That's a very robust rally. Now, my chart point was 140. So I was like, if it breaks above 140, it can go to 280. That's my thesis.
Okay.
Now, what they're doing today is, I believe, they're stopping everyone out. Like, I'm not the only person who was looking at 140, and QNT, which was outperforming, is now down 8%, twice as much as Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They are washing everyone out. Most likely the reason they're washing everyone out is because Elon Musk is talking about using Twitter as a payment system. So that means he's talking about competing with XRP and QNT potentially. That said, QNT has a real value proposition, right? In other words, if there's anything good about a CBDC, it may be that QNT helps a lot of smaller countries develop them and travel all along their network, right? Payment plumbing. So if you like XRP, QNT may make sense. The way I would do this with QNT is let them run the stops, let the market prove that it can get back above 140. And then if that's the case, you can jump in and trade the investment thesis, because you will have washed out. And if you pull this, if you go to like a 4-hour chart with QNT, I mean, you have already washed out everybody who has bought it since the 23rd of January. You washed out 7 days worth of price action like that.
Yeah.
And this is what bull markets do, right? They pull you in, you drop it, you wind up selling the low or getting short, and then it turns around and goes. So just because it's a bull market doesn't mean it's easy. And that is the main lesson of the QNT chart.
Yeah. Quant's been an interesting one. It has done very well. I mean, I don't remember what the all-time high was, but I thought it got somewhere around maybe. Or do you have it still pulled up or no?
Yeah,
I thought it got somewhere around $250. So am I crazy? $400 something? I don't know.
Yeah, QNT went to 422.
422. What did it start? So give me the high and the low from when where did it start?
So QNT came out at it had it at 100.
$100 to 420. And how long was that? 2 months?
Oh no, that was straight up, man. That was July of 2021, okay, to September. So in 3 months, right? Let's do it this way. In 42 days, QNT 400%. Went up 300%. Right. And then, of course, which is classic. And then, of course, down here, for all of May and June post Celsius, they had it below where it came out. So they dropped it down here and made you think it was no good. And then this was actually one of the first things to start coming back. Payment plumbing, right? Use cases, not just use cases, but like not a use cases and we think it's going to be a use cases in like this actually might help people.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Helping people is what we're all about. Magic Internet Money said Quant hit all 3 TPs for me. Needs to hold 120 IMO. You want to you know what he's saying there, Bill?
Well, I think what he's saying is like what I said about optimism, that nothing outperforms forever. Right. So let me see if I can bring up QNT on the DeMark system quick. So Magic Internet Money is saying QNT got overbought along with all these other altcoins. So there's the 13 top on the 4-hour chart of QNT. That means that was like Matic we talked about. That's your signal to like lighten up a little bit, particularly if you're a trader.
Bail.
Yeah, bail. Right. Run. Here's the blow off top, right to kind of like where you would expect a blow off top based on DeMark work.
Okay.
And that's where, the Magic Internet Monies and these guys who are like, they're professional traders, right? They are professionals at knowing what is going to happen anywhere from 4 minutes to 4 days in the future. I mean, Magic does more stuff than that, but if Magic's like take profits, you'd be advised to listen. Your support point, he has 120. I have 129.
Okay. I mean, that's,
that seems reasonable.
We're split. Yeah. We're splitting hairs at that point. And at the end of the day, when we're talking about technical analysis, you have a lot of people that agree on a number of different things and get there from, different, from using different strategies. So I think the fact that, you're both looking at something within $9 of each other, I always think that that's really, really interesting, especially again, using totally different data sets, totally different strategies. It's pretty cool. It has made me, I will tell you, TA Thursdays, Magic Money Mondays have made me personally more of a believer in TA. And I think people have probably heard me say this before, but when I first, so I was in stocks and bonds and whatnot well before crypto. But I always thought that TA was just hogwash. I always thought, like, listen, it's just, if you draw enough lines on a chart, it could go up, it could go down, and I'm looking to see which way, that was my mindset. My mindset was that. But what I started to notice was that, wow, you know what? The people that genuinely are in this, doing this, study this, and live this are the people that are making money. The people that are actually making calls, right? Live calls that are happening. And what I started to recognize was, wow, it's literally human psychology being used and shown in a chart. It is what have we seen in the past? How do the traders, whether it's institutional traders, whether it is, the smaller players in the space, retail, how are they viewing what happened in the past versus what happened now, looking at other data sets, and then making a prediction as to which way they think it should go. And once I started to recognize that, wow, you get enough people believing or seeing the same ideas, you should theoretically get a move off of that. So I started to recognize it absolutely, it absolutely does make sense. It can feel wonky. There can be a whole lot of information to take in. Some of it can sound just downright crazy. I've heard people bash TA up, down, sideways, left, right, whatever the case may be. But the reality is it does work for a lot of people. I will say, make sure to use good risk management, because every single person that's ever come on here and talked about TA has had some sort of a story about getting freaking hosed, about getting wrecked. Magic's got one. Zombie told me a story privately that I'm not even going to repeat. And I just about fell out of my chair. I've been hosed before by just getting greedy. Bill, I've heard you talk about, literally, it's just a reality. It's a reality. So if you are trading, use risk management. We're talking about altcoins right now. Brief pause. Smash the likes. If you are in the live chat on mobile, really simple solution. X out of the live chat. Boop. Hit the like. Come right back into the live chat. Let us know that you're back. We're excited that you're here. Danger Close Alpha is sponsoring this show as always. We got the prepper community involved in crypto, and that is a community that you want to get involved in, because the world we live in today is, if anything, it's uncertain. That's for sure. So have a game plan for you and your family. DangerCloseAlpha.com. We are still minting their 0.01, the bullets, beans, and bourbon. Our artist works for DC Comics, so not only are you getting real life utility, but the art is pretty dope too. So check it out. All right, Bill, as far as the alts go, so we've talked Optimism. We have talked Quant. I think this next one is one that I am not super duper familiar with. Let me see. Let me peek. Oh, no. I am very familiar with this one. We'll go with this one. This one's great. You've got it pulled up. Let me rephrase what I was about to say. This next one, Bill, I am super familiar with. I hold nice little bit of Cardano. I love Cardano. Okay. I like what Charles Hoskinson, his vision. One of the things that I like about Charles Hoskinson in a fundamental manner is that, and I believe him when he says this, he says, I don't care about the price. I don't care. I am solving problems. If you guys are noticing today's stream, problem solving. If you're noticing, we're talking about problem solving. And Cardano is one of those that absolutely solves problems. I think long-term, dollar cost averaging into Cardano is the way to go for me. But if you're going to trade Cardano, tell me what the charts are looking like, Bill.
Okay. I'd be happy to help you with that. So if we look at the daily chart, right, Cardano just got too depressed, right? Down to 25 cents, and it, what I call re-rated, moved up to 30. There's your 13 profit-taking signal. Now, 13 signals can give you a variety of reads. Some 13s are like, get out. This 13 is like, okay, this trend's going to pause. Currently, Cardano is resting on support at 36 cents. And when I see this top in Cardano, I'm like, okay, so I have some time. I can be patient, because nobody is ever patient in crypto ever, because it's the hardest thing to do.
You don't say.
It's hard.
It is.
Right? So in Cardano, if you go to a 4-hour chart, right, you have, sort of a buying climax up there at, a 5-wave exit signal to go with your 13. In other words, exit 1, exit 2. The best support point, because I like this DeMark work because it draws it automatically, is at 33 cents. So what's the point? If Cardano actually gets washed out to 33 cents, that's an opportunity. Yeah. Now, if Cardano doesn't get washed out, because you can see with these wicks, right? People are buying the dip. Because if you look on a 90-minute chart of Cardano, every time this thing gets really hammered, there are people down here trying to grab it below 40 cents. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, from a strictly tactical point of view, Cardano's below support at 37. But let me ask you this. I'm going to leave you with a rhetorical question about Cardano. If this guy can change the world, if this guy can get involved in healthcare, and this guy can actually launch anything substantial, because you got to ask yourself, like, what did Phantom, Avalanche, and Solana that mooned massively, what did they launch with? If this guy who runs this project can get anything out the door between now and September, should this be at 37 cents? One. And two, does it really matter if you're thinking longer term, like the rest of this year, whether you grab it at 37 cents or at 33? I mean, yeah, trading leverage.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
But does it matter if it's going back to $2?
Not really.
In research, you get paid for imagination. In Cardano, I'm encouraging people to use your imagination because people are buying the dip in this. The only question is, where does the overall market stop? And as soon as the overall market stops, I would think this makes a new high.
Yeah.
Bigger picture, I think you got 6 weeks to slowly set up, right? Like the hodlers, the guys who want to like do active portfolio management. You probably got about 6 weeks to like slowly hoover up some of these altcoins on dips.
Yeah, before we start making more of a substantial move. One of the things that I have been noticing right now, Bill, has been a lot of people moving in different directions as far as what they believe the market's doing. I like it. I will tell you, whenever when everybody is saying it's going one direction, and I used to hear people say this, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. When everybody says it's going one direction, be aware because it's going to turn around and go the other way, right? The market likes to tell people, oh yeah, continue thinking like that. See ya, I'm going the other direction. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. And so somebody asked, Tiger Man, shout out to Tiger Man. I think it's a great question. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. So is crypto going to outperform stocks? It seems like we're going to have the biggest crypto rally in history, and there's only about 5% of the population of the world involved in crypto. Imagine 20% of the world. So Tiger Man, great question. I'm going to give my opinion, and then Bill, I'd like to hear from you. So will crypto outperform stocks? I think the carte blanche answer is yes. From a standpoint of you have a new asset class, newer. You have a 10-year-old, 13-year-old, at 13 years old, technically 13-year-old asset class that new assets are getting introduced all the time. So the market caps on a lot of these are significantly lower. So what you have to understand is that whether it's NFTs, whether it's just straight up crypto assets, tokens, whatever it may be, when you have a really small market cap, it doesn't take as much money to move it. So if you're talking about returns based on percentages, it's not even a freaking question, right? It's just not. It's not a question whatsoever. You have an opportunity to make a lot more money. And overall, if you look at an average percentage move with the whole market, yes. However, cuidado, be careful, because it moves the other direction the same way. And that's where people get trapped, I think, a little bit. They get blinded by the idea that the only way that this is going to go is for me up and to the right. And oh yeah, by the way, did I mention it's never going to stop? Well, that is a lie from the devil himself. And profit taking is a part of that move up and to the right. Sometimes profit taking has been one of the hard ones, I just want to say, for me over time, because I'm such a long-term hodler. But I will say, looking back, and it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback, but looking back about what I could have. Now, I'm not saying buying the absolute bottom, selling the absolute top. That's a fallacy, okay? What I'm talking about is maybe having a game plan for certain price points at which I'm taking some off the table, taking some off the table, taking some off the table. If I would have done that, if I would have listened to Bill in May of 2021, which I almost did, and I freaking got greedy. This is before I even knew Bill. I told Bill this story, I think at an event. I said, Bill, I love listening to you. And literally, like, I had the opportunity to make a lot more money than I did. I don't know if you remember this, Bill, but ultimately, basically, you said sell in May and walk away. And I kind of took the advice. I took little something off, right? But then I got greedy. I said, nah, like, I need more. I need more. And so what's the point? What am I getting at? The answer in a long roundabout way is percentage points. Yes, it will outperform. It almost has to, as a general rule. However, on the other side, you can lose your shorts just as fast, which is why I always like to talk about utility, buying assets that are absolutely going somewhere. This is why I don't like to roll dice and gamble. This is why I don't like meme coins as a general rule. Do you have an opportunity to make insane money? Yes. You also have an opportunity to lose everything you put in there just as fast. So that's kind of my thought on the subject. Bill, what's your thought? I know that was a long-winded response. What's your thoughts on it?
Okay, profit taking. Bitcoin Miami, March of 2021. I want to say 75,000 people descended on Miami. I think it took 5 hours to wait in line just to get your ticket to get in. When everybody is doing things like that, you exit. When you look at your P&L and you think, I can't ever possibly sell this, I'm going to drink champagne and wear a lampshade on my head because I've made so much money. Put the champagne bottle down and just hit the red button and sell. It never looks bad at a top and it never looks good at a bottom.
Yep.
Okay. A major crypto meetup in Austin, Texas, with one of the most premier people in the business. I expected a 2-hour wait to get in. 50 people showed up. Everybody wanted CZ and Binance to collapse on crypto Twitter. Wow, really? We want to chop CZ's head off and blow the whole space up. And that's funny? That's a bottom. That's a bottom. And then here, you get a rally off the lows, and it goes down, and everybody goes, oh my God, I can't ever touch this. It's last year all over again. No, it's not. So, I describe it as fade yourself. Be cognizant of your own emotions. Yeah. It's much harder than you think. Lampshade, sell, hiding under the desk, buy.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. It feels some type of way. It's never easy to buy the bottom. It's scary. Okay. It's also scary to sell the top because you don't know it's the top. You believe that your bags are going to continue to run. You're basing new calculations on the total, amount of what you have versus where you think it's going and how fast it's going there, and all of these great things that long term I believe in. Right. All I'm getting at is that the long term hodling is great, and I believe in it. But what I also will say is that unless that's all you're doing, unless that's it, right? Then I would suggest taking a look and setting up a game plan. And that's where I have failed in the past, is not having that game plan. So I would make an emotional reaction to what I was seeing in the markets. And the reaction sometimes would be emotional, so emotional that you just sit on your freaking hands because you don't know what to do. You're like, it's going to keep going. But if it turns, and it's like, keeper, take a breath. Have you made a lot of freaking money? Yes. Does it seem a little bit unreasonable versus what you've seen in the past in stocks, bonds, treasuries? Oh yeah, seems crazy. Why do I need to be so greedy? Why can't I take something off the table and set that aside and continue to let the rest? At any event, I just trying to talk about risk management for everybody in here. So I love you guys. Just a quick pause. Addison actually wasn't able to, she wasn't wanting to come sit on Daddy's lap today. She didn't want to come say hello to all of you. Maybe Bill, maybe she was scared of you. Maybe she saw you and was like, man, that big scary guy. I got to tell you.
I know.
But she wants to remind you, use a hardware wallet. Don't get FTX'd. Put and hold your assets on a hardware wallet. We've got a ledger link down below. It's definitely incredibly important. That's part of preparing for these markets. So make sure that you do that and smash the like. We got 61 people in here. We better have 61 likes. It's the simplest thing to do in all of YouTube and crypto is click the button, do the thing. Follow Bill Noble. He's working hard for you as always. All right, Bill, we're talking alts. What you got for me next?
Okay, well, we can go back and look at Matic.
Yeah, let's take a look. We talked about that the other day. Yeah.
Right. To follow up on this, we did it on TA Thursday.
Yeah.
So this is very typical of what happens when you get kind of an emotional blow off top, right? So this is Matic. This is the 13 signal from Tom DeMark's analysis. I like it because he was the original Quant TA guy. So the 13 signal is a warning that things are getting a little frothy and it may be time to exit. And then what we were talking about is that you might get an additional blow off, and then this might roll over. Now, of course, as is always the case, it didn't go as far as you thought, right? So you didn't get out here. I thought it would go higher, and then it just stopped on a dime and turned around and dumped, right? And most likely, everybody that bought this candle may wind up getting washed out. Like, I have this thing, you know, like, what would Magic Internet Money say? You know, and undoubtedly, he's probably got a chart that would show volume congestion around this area, right? So that, you know, the people who get washed out are the ones who rushed into the blow off top.
Yep.
Right.
Chasing.
So chasing, right? You don't have to chase. Matic probably, if you want to know where it stops, I'm guessing this lasts like maybe 1 or 2 more days.
Okay.
Before you get an opportunity, it'll probably bottom out. This says 6. It'll bottom out with like 3 more down or sideways candles.
Bill, we talked about this the other day. You literally said, hey, we're getting to a point where you might want to really look at taking profits. This could turn around, and it's exactly what has happened. I mean, it's done exactly what you said the other day for sure.
Right. And to summarize what we've been talking about active portfolio management.
Yeah.
Like even if you're a hodler, you still probably got to do 3 or 4 trades per year. Or if you're trying to get into a wild bucking bronco market like this, or frankly, if you were trying to get out last year, right, you got to take advantage of these counter trend moves. Like, the worst thing that can happen, particularly if there's going to be a substantial uptrend, crypto's kind of a long only market, is the worst thing you can do is mess up your head, right? If you bought the top, stop yourself out, do risk management, and start over. Yeah. Because if there's a broader uptrend, you don't want to lose your capital and don't want to get your head messed up before it's time. Yeah. It's time for this thing to just go, because the net is not enough people are bullish on crypto. Everyone is still thinking about last year. And by the time they start thinking about this year,
it's running. Prices
are going to be much higher.
Yep. They're going to be absolutely ripping. Everybody's scared. Like I was talking about earlier, everybody's scared when the prices are really, really low. If it goes this low, I'll buy. And then when it's running upwards, how quick can I get in? How quick can I get in? There's a saying that says buying big green. Anytime you buy a real big green candle, you get screwed by it. And that effectively, you know, especially on a little bit short to medium time frame, where like you have a daily candle that's just blast off. You have a number of 4-hour candles that just rip, and you buy the tail end of that. You usually, you know, it can't just always continue to go up and to the right. I want to take a brief pause real quick. As always, dangerclosealpha.com. Get involved, figure out how to prepare yourself and your family for the upcoming things that I believe, unfortunately, are going to be happening in our nation and in our world. Chat, toss an altcoin at me. We're gonna put Bill on the spot here. We want to do an alt from the chat. Somebody toss an alt and make me smile as you put your altcoin pick in there. So whoever makes me smile with their altcoin pick is going to get their alt today in the chat. Bill, what'd you have pulled up? You were going to show me something, though?
Okay, well, I just pulled up Bitcoin from 2019.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, you know, always talk about a miserable crypto winter, and that was a miserable crypto winter.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people forget that when it was at 3K, everybody thought it was going to 1,500. And then it turned around over a period of a couple of months over June, and it was at 12K. So Bitcoin has come out of an awful bear market and gone straight up before. And, you know, history may repeat itself here. So, you know, a couple, you know, it looks like the XRP people are in the house. Let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, well, I was looking for somebody to give me like some sort of a witty opportunity on an alt. Nobody apparently is too witty today in the chat. So let's do. So we've been doing XRP fam. We love you. We've been showing XRP. XRP's been in a really good position. Magic has been actively trading XRP. And so let's do something different. Let's do XRP Elias says, I'm witty, damn it. Let's do Ape. I like this one. Ape in after retracement. So let's check out Apecoin. This is one that I think initially felt like it was going to have absolutely no sort of utility, but they're just attaching and making the utility as they go with this. You know, it's not only being part of a club, now it gives you access to a metaverse. It does all of these things that they're evolving and changing, evolving apes.
Right.
No pun intended there. But yeah, let's see what you see on here. If we got any alpha for us on the Apecoin.
We do.
All right, let's see it.
So something interesting about Apecoin, the Celsius debacle last year started, right? Crypto always has one final FOMO before it just dies in a bear market. The final FOMO was Apecoin going from $10 to $25 in increase.
Mm-hmm.
This was because of the Apecoin metaverse. Now, everyone is like, Bill, I need an AI coin. I'm like, okay, how about a metaverse coin? Because who do you think you're talking to? Is it the neighborhood bar? Is it the pub? You know, are you going to walk in and talk to Sally and Fred? No, you're going to talk to computers, AI. So with Ape, you go down and you make a base. And the bigger the base, the higher in the space. Simple as that. So if somebody wakes up and goes, you know what, I think I want to do a metaverse trade, they're going to look at Apecoin. Now, like everything else, Ape is well off the low. Okay. You've done the DeMark 9 signal, which means, you know, you can get a substantial pullback after that, which is what's happening. So nothing surprising is happening in Apecoin. What may be surprising is that you would want to buy Apecoin for an AI play. So if you do TA on this, you say, all right, when CryptoKeeper or Magic Internet Money or, you know, myself are not on the air, what can I do? What can I draw on a chart? Well, how about a Fibonacci retracement, right? In other words, okay, Apecoin went from, you know, $3 to $6. And then if it comes back down, the 38% retracement, which is kind of like your normal retracement, I don't know, that's $5.32.
Yeah.
And an additional support point is $5.73. So you're getting an organic correction. Okay. And if you think about risk reward, if you go back to this bigger the base, the higher in the space, I mean, find me a chart that looks like this, where it was straight up, straight down in base. I mean, this is what Ethereum looked like in 2020. And if I take this off of it, it looks even cleaner, right? It's
so you won't be surprised. You won't be surprised to see a big move at some point from Apecoin is what you're suggesting.
Yeah, this is going back to 25. Let's just cut to the chase.
That's a huge move. That's a 450% move from where it's at right now. It's a big move for sure.
Right. Whatever drove this thing the first time, this whole idea that, like, is anyone talking about NFTs? When everyone was talking about the Apecoin metaverse taking over the world, like, you know, Planet of the Apes style stuff, sell. No one talking about it. I can't even get anyone interested in it. There's 100 AI articles every day about such and such AI will displace whatever job. It's disaster news. Nobody is saying, oh yeah, AI ushers in the metaverse. The metaverse was a land rush the first time, right? Sandbox and Decentraland are gigantic parking lots. Yeah. Everyone bought the land. No one developed it. Right? They're going to develop the land, and AI is going to put the personality into the metaverse.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot happening, that's for sure. The crypto space is going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to change, and that might seem obvious, but I think it'll be interesting to see which sectors really take off first. The AI has been a hot topic right now. Last year, it was a lot of metaverse, NFTs. Now, you know, all three of those are being spoken, and I think we're just going to get, again, this utilitarian run of those three things as well as others as we move farther and farther into this bull market. So I'm very interested to see where this ends up. Crypto fam, We love you guys. Bill, thank you as always for coming on for this Magic Money Monday. Bill, do you have anything before you jump off? Do you have anything that you're trying to promote right now? Anything you got going on that the people should know about?
Yes, I appreciate that. So I have a new YouTube channel. It's Crypto Noble. So come on over, check it out. Market update every day, right? 3 shorts a day. So if you need guidance on the market, Crypto Noble, check me out, please.
Crypto Noble, that's down below the video. He's also got a banging TikTok. Bill's going to come after me on his TikTok. I can already tell he's got people liking what he's putting out there. So he's coming for me. I'm paying attention. But Crypto fam, we love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. Addison, do you want to say bye to everybody? Do you want to sign off with us? Okay, we're going to do this a little bit differently. Addison wants to remind everybody that she has more Ethereum than you. We love you. Just remember to question everything. Trust nothing. Trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. We will see you soon. You want to wave at everybody? Say bye. Say bye, bye, bye. Say bye. Bye.